an Israeli, born and live here since when I was born. I was serving in the army in a certain unit. I know all of the things and all of the narratives that are spoken, especially about that day. And when I came to the conversation, we were talking specifically about that day, the day of the inflation, what you can call, into Israel, basically, through Gaza. If we can just briefly speak about that 1 second, because that's something really important for me. If you allow, is that okay?
Yeah, no worries, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries at all.
First of all, a lot of things that we're talking here are, I heard a lot of things, is Palestine was a country, it was not a country. It was definitely a sovereign state under the Caliphate. That was true. There were people here, there's documents. I myself saw documents. I was trained to see those documents, to translate those documents, to put them in places nobody basically will see. I was in intelligence unit. I'm gonna just give that, and that's fine. I can say it up to here. I want to say one thing, and this is very important. What happened at the 7th of October? I just want to explain a little bit the geography of that place. The Gaza Strip is, as we said it before here, a closed place, absolutely closed place, okay? There's no way of going out anywhere. The fence is guarded 24/7, not only by patrolling cars, not only by cameras, not only by a fence that is an electric fence, also by a laser that is activating in alarms. Nobody can cross that fence. Atop that, there is about 6 army bases fully equipped and organized for up to 3 personnel spare time that are around that place. And I can say to you one thing, as a person who lived here, as a person who is very disappointed. I am against the death of people. I'm against the death of the people who has unfortunately lost their lives on both sides. But I just want to say one thing, and I know it's going to make a lot of people upset, especially from my country, but the truth is this: you cannot enter. That's the thing. You cannot enter unless you have help from inside. And I have to be extremely honest, this is what it is, okay? There was help from inside. This operation was not made by Hamas. This operation was an operation that was an excuse in order for a bigger cause. Let's say it this way. Unfortunately, those soldiers, I know people here, it's not being, it's being very difficult to be an Israeli person who served and being on both sides, you know, like being on both for the like, I don't know, just love people and being pro both sides. I just don't want civilians to die, you know. I just hate to see the pictures from Gaza. I hate to see the pictures of what happened here, but reality is reality. And those soldiers that died in that base, whatever happened there, they were asleep. And it never happens. It never happens here, you know. I was there. I know it's one of the bases. I know it very personally. I know how well it's guarded. We have, we have a gate, we have patrols, we have people that are supposed to be on the posts, you know. Who was guarding the posts? Why nobody told them? Why nobody... and then, you know, they say the people, and by the way, what Danielle said about the fact that there's burned babies and beheaded. Look, Hamas is very proud of their actions. You know, they put something online, and they're proud of it. And there is videos online. But there's never videos of any beheaded babies, any burned babies. I have not seen it, and I saw many gore and shit things from both sides, and I never saw those pictures ever.
Can I just interject there?
Sorry?
Am I to say, like...
Very telling what she's saying.
So just to be clear, Nick, so you, from what you've said, you believe it was an inside job?
I very much believe it was, yes. It was definitely... co-made. I am telling you, like, I don't know how more I can explain it, but if you were there like I was there, it's nearly unbelievable. You know, nobody, by the way, also from the wailing families and also from the families that got people kidnapped, there's not even credibility in nobody who believes. Actually, I think that nobody who was ever in the army and was ever in any Israeli army base can believe that somebody, a few guys with a tender truck, like we call it a tender truck, or and a bikes can inflict an Israeli base. Those doesn't exist. Those things just don't exist. It's impossible. Secondly, about those places that they are in, those places have usually security. You know, the Israelis here are just reading narrative. Oh, they raped people and they killed babies, and you know what? Hey, guys, go backwards. Ask our government the right questions. Why those people that were in those envelope Gaza, why sitting at home in their shelter for 8 hours? Where was the Air Force? Where was the soldiers? Where was the aid? They didn't come. Nobody come. Nobody came for them. Okay? And this doesn't happen in this country. We are a country, this country, whatever you call it, like, I don't want to hurt any Palestinians out there, you know, but I don't want to hurt any Israelis out there. I'm just speaking as a human and as a person who has a little bit more knowledge of what's happening right here. I was home, you know, and I live in Jerusalem specifically, in the center of tension, of conflicts and of problems. And I saw those things from already at 6 in the morning. And I knew about it at 6 in the morning, me, right now as a citizen. How, explain to me how the army didn't know it up until 11 or 12 and they didn't come to help those people? This is my question to any Israeli that is watching it right now.
Let me just see if I can add. If there's any Israelis,
I've actually got goosebumps right now, guys.
Claims.
I'm not gonna lie.
I have a question for Nick while we wait to get.
But we saw it before happening, and I do have a fair square out of my knowledge and out of my experience. And I'm sad. I have to tell you, I'm an Israeli, and I'm sad. But this is reality. You know, our people were sacrificed. Those 1,400 Israelis were sacrificed as well. And there was it was a big excuse to proceed and sacrifice all the lives of the other people that we are seeing right now what's happening in Gaza. The plan is to flatten Gaza. Let's talk the truth. This is the plan. It's not about Hamas anymore. It's not about destroying some kind of army things. The intelligence in Israel is extremely high. Like Israel is knowing everything. Each place, where is it, how it operates, how many people are there. They are not doing it to destroy military base of Hamas or military weaponry of Hamas or anything like that. I can tell that with all heart, unfortunately.
Nick, can I go in?
Okay, hold on.
One thing, just a quick question. Do you think the actual military and the right-wing party actually adheres to what the Supreme Court says in Israel? I brought up the point of the 2020 ruling actually completely outlawing the settlements in and around the West Bank. Yet we still continue to see the Likud and farther right parties and even liberal centrist parties be passive to it. And at the farther you go right, advocate for the expansion of it, even though under Israeli law and international law, it's illegal. What do you make of the actual checks and balances of the democracy of Israel? Do you think like this is a legitimate concern?
A legitimate, what, excuse me again?
A legitimate concern that the courts in Israel don't have as much power as they had been before, that the power is shrinking and the Likud party can do whatever they want, essentially.
Yes, absolutely, yes. Checking conclusion, something else. Who is the Minister of Defense? As an Israeli person, I'm telling you, I'm extremely upset because who is the Minister of internal defense right now in Israel? It's a terrorist that is in the list of terrorists, Itamar Ben-Gvir. Okay, everybody can check it out. So yes, the court has lost its power. There's illegal settlements that are being built. They've been removed by the IDF. I'm not going to say no, but majority of them are not, although they have a court order to do so, if this is what you're asking. Time zone and different capabilities of intelligence. And also right now we are talking about, you've never been here, I guess, but that place is small. From Gaza to really, for me to drive to Jerusalem to Gaza, it's going to take me roughly 1 hour and a half.
I understand
this place
that.
is very small. So in such a small place, whatever you are saying and whatever ever happened before, you cannot compare it to bigger places like intelligence of the West that they made mistakes here and there. You know, like the intelligence here is more powerful enough to help other countries receive intelligence. And I'm telling you, it's too small of a place in order to compare it to the Western intelligence that may have made mistakes. Here, everybody knows everybody. If you go somewhere
I was
in
comparing
Jerusalem,
it to Israeli
most probably one
intelligence
person.
Okay,
Yes,
so we've got
exactly.
Heber
That's what I say. It's a
But
small
Nick,
place.
didn't Egypt also warn Israel a couple of weeks prior that Hamas was planning some sort of attack?
That's unconfirmed. It could be true, but we're not 100%
Yes,
sure.
and it
just
was
yet.
ignored. No, it's true.
Well, there you have it. I don't know why
It's
you're
true. It was on our
denying
news
anything.
that they are claiming, of course. It's true. We had it on the news. We had it on Mako, which is the main website, and it was ignored.
Oh, they're messing with us
ignored, if you wanna
connection.
tell me. I'm not trying to turn any propaganda here. I'm speaking truth. Are you hearing me well better
No,
now?
I believe you. I believe you, Nix. And I'm not saying this from a biased perspective. I just want to say one quick thing. We already know that our governments previously have lied in order to, promote.
That was